She was up before the sunrise, coffee barely touched her lips, counting pennies at the table, praying we'd be alright with this. Wore a worry like a jacket, but she never let it show. Turned her little house on gravel into the safest place I know. Hand-me-down shoes and faded denim. She said, son, hold your head up high. Taught me how to say yes, ma'am, and look the world straight in the eye. When I asked her why she worked so hard, she'd smile and say, you'll see, someday you'll understand it. What did love constantly? That's a love that never leaves, even when you slam the door, even when you say things you can't take back no more. When the whole world turns its back and you're down on your knees, there's one heart still believing. That's a love that never leaves. I was young and full of thunder, thought I knew it all by then. Slamming doors and burning bridges, running wild with reckless friends. She stood quiet in the doorway, let me go and let me learn. But she left the porch light shining in case I chose to turn. Miles away in another city, chasing dreams that didn't last. Every wind felt kind of empty, every high went by too fast. When the noise got way too heavy and the silence hit too deep, she was whispering a prayer for me while I couldn't even sleep. That's a love that never leaves, even when you slam the door, even when you say things you can't take back no more. When the whole world turns its back and you're down on your knees, there's one heart still believing. That's a love that never leaves. I called her from a payphone with a voice I didn't know. Said, Mama, I'm in trouble, I got nowhere else to go. She didn't ask me for the details, didn't judge the mess I made, just said, come home, I'm waiting, you don't have to be afraid. She's got lines around her laughter, silver running through her hair. Trade her years to keep me younger, if heaven said that's fair. Every scar upon her knuckles, every tear she hid from me, was another quiet promise that I'd have what she couldn't be. Now I see her in the mirror, in the man I've grown into, in the way I hold my temper, in the way I tell the truth. Every strength I ever found started back in her embrace. All the good that's in my story has her fingerprints in place. And when the road gets long and lonely and this life feels way too steep, I remember how she held me when I cried myself to sleep. If I ever learn to love half as faithful, half as deep, I'll be living proof forever of a love that never leaves. That's a love that never leaves. Through the hurt and through the doubt, through the nights you're barely breathing, trying to figure your life out. When you're lost in your own shadow and you can't see what she sees, there's one light still shining. That's a love that never leaves. That's a love that never leaves. That's a love that never leaves. she believes I'll spend my life just trying to be worthy of a love that never leaves.